Why would you play games with me?
All right, man. So look, what's going on first? You know what I'm saying? I don't do these as much, but when I feel I have the right reason, then I'll jump on and I'll say something. This it been sitting on my mind for a minute, right? Especially this particular clip that I'm about to play. It's from Math Hoffa's joint podcast, Battle Rapper. And this should be nice. I still gotta watch the most recent one is the one he just put up with Omar Epps and Big Daddy Kane. I still need to watch the prior one too. But anyway, there's this dude named Smart, okay? And I'm about to show you who he is. Do some people know already? Yeah, possibly, but I'm not going off that. I'm just going off who don't know him, and I want people to see what it is that some black people believe. And what he believes is beyond a shadow of a doubt the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And again, this goes to that whole freedom of speech thing. Like, people love to utilize the right to do something to say the dumbest shit possible and think that they're making sense on top of it. Right? So let's just play it real quick. I want you to hear what he's about to say.
Okay, they put crack in the
Do the government try to destroy black community? Yes or no?
They put drugs in the black community. Did black people have to sell it to other black people?
What?
I heard this a while ago, and it stuck with me. It really did. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't understand for the life of me how somebody could be that stupid and say something that makes so little sense and then still wants to back, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm doubling down on that. Like, nah, no. Like, you the jackass, how I feel makes way more sense than you. What? Like, I don't understand how people can be this dumb. So I'll say it like this. Okay. What do you think every slave that lived, who eventually passed away, right? And they're able to look down from the heavens above because, hey, if God is looking down on us, I'm pretty sure that other people can as well. So, that's what they say. So, what do you think they're saying? If they're sitting here and they have to listen to the shit that people say and do, like this, let's just play a little more.
Did we have to be that greedy?
What?
They didn't.
Did we have to say that I gotta get so much money that
Bro,
the nigga from
you're not even making no
his
sense.
whole crew
You never heard of contract?
Now, you heard what Homeboy said. But hold on, let me just run it back. I'll just play the whole thing.
They put drugs in the black community. Did black people have to sell it to other black people?
What?
They put drugs in the black community. Did black people have to sell it to other black people?
What?
They put drugs in the black community. Did black people have to sell it to other black people?
You got to pay attention to the shit that people say, how they say it, and why they said it. There's not one rational reason. There is not one good one. One that's reasonable, that's logical, that makes sense, that can excuse doing the dumb shit that people back then chose to do because of, and I've heard this on so many damn occasions, it's ridiculous. It fits some people. It doesn't fit all. This is what I was saying about the whole excusing your actions by saying, okay, well, this is why I did it, and this, that, and the third. Okay, so the whole thing about, okay, well, I didn't have a daddy in the picture. My dad didn't have one either. And he lived a life way more hellacious and fucked up over any dude that has been living over the last, well, let's just say, okay, because they call it a project because it's a project, it's an experiment, whatever. Okay, cool. It's amazing how we'll hear people say that. And people say that like this dude in the video, because he says it, you know what I'm saying? Like after this part. Negro, you have no business sitting here talking about what the government is doing wrong to a community when you are part of the goddamn problem yourself. You have no business talking to anybody about what black people need to be doing when you are the reason why some black people were probably dying anyway. Now listen, he's granted an opportunity to be able to speak the way that he does, and he's doing it from at least, like from what he's saying, his intentions are good. But his tactics, like how he's going about trying to explain shit, are just beyond baffling. It doesn't make sense. But see, that's what people who think they are so much smarter than everybody else, that's probably why he calls himself smart. Bruh, that was not a smart thing to say. That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. But I was saying earlier, how do you think slaves view people? Because the whole crack epidemic was in the late 80s. Or I'll just say 80s period, but that's what I think that's what it said when I typed it in. What do you think black people were envisioning on plantations decade after decade after decade after decade after century? What do you think that they were envisioning? What do you think that they were wishing would take place? To be free, correct? Okay. We saw the evil things that were done. You're angry, mad, but you know what? I'm pretty sure, because we've had civil rights leaders and things be able to articulate to certain people, especially the racist ones, how we just want to be left alone. If you guys don't have the respect enough to respect the people that you're putting down, at least just leave us the fuck alone. That's not asking for much. But see, it's asking too much when you're asking that of a person who feels you shouldn't exist anyway. No, they're not going to be respectful and give you freedom. because they don't believe you. They don't even believe that you should be living. First of all, and if you are, they damn sure don't want you to feel like you're them. You can relate to us, right? You can have. They don't even want you to have a piece ant size of the shit that they have. They had the mentality of fucked up ass gang leaders. You know the motherfuckers that, you know, in movies, it's like, yeah, everybody fears me, but they respect me at the same time. Or they respect me at the same time. And those guys are the dangerous ones. They want to be the leader. They don't want no one else in the gang. Why do you think there's only one leader when it comes to like groups and factions and businesses and things of that nature? You can't have multiple leaders, because having that, you might have difference of opinions, and one leader might say one thing, the other one doesn't really agree with you, and then the other one is like, no, this is how I feel. No, first of all, I just proved how it wouldn't work. But if you just throw that to the side and you just focus on the one person does not want one person in that gang have anything similar to what the leader has. Because it looks like to them, for some reason, it's like, man, no, if I start doing that, you're going to start actually believing that you can do what I do. And so why would I want to even risk that? I don't want you to have the mentality of being able to say that you can match whatever it is that I'm doing, because you might then at some point in time in the future, outshine what it is that I'm doing, or be able to prove that the things that I was doing was horrific. There was no reasonable way to view what was going on in the past. Now, I can sound like that I'm rambling, but this video is not about rambling. What I really wanted to just say was, I was going to do something because I did the little Unity thing, like part 1 and 2, and I didn't do a third because I didn't really feel like I had something strong enough to back why I feel like unity is not possible. And in all fairness, it's not. How can we actually unite as a people when our people were selling people, black people, to other races to then do what they felt like doing? You know what I'm saying? Just doing whatever they wanted to do. And there was no reason for you to even inquire why they wanted them and what they were going to be doing, or what they were going to do to them to make them do what they wanted. Nobody even figured it out. Nobody tried. I read an article the other day talking about some African shit, right? Africans back then, before 1619, they had slaves. Man, when I tell you, when Kanye was like, slavery was a choice. Listen, how that was dumb. But how in the hell do you actually think that someone would believe that, first of all, being a slave is not a good thing? 100%, nothing good about being a slave, unless the slave actually wants to be one. And that's very, very, very rare. But forget that part. Being a slave is wrong. You know what, though? That article that I was reading, it said that the slaves in Africa, where you know what I'm saying, wherever they were, you know what I'm saying, like those slaves, they had rights. Man, I read that shit. I was like, see, we're our own worst enemy. And at the same time, think about it. When people say, I'm not going back to no damn Africa, I'm not from Africa, right? And a lot of people, historians, really try to break down the whole origin of being African American in the United States. Well, obviously, African, right? So we come from there. Okay, we as a people may have. Individually, no, we did not. You get what I'm saying? As a race, yeah, we probably, okay, that makes sense. All right, fine, right? The origin of the people before they came to the United States. Okay, fine, I'll roll with that part. But individually, I didn't come from there. People 50 years ago didn't come from there. People 100 years ago didn't come from there. But we're supposed to listen to people like Umar and that dumbass shit that he be saying. And then, Lord, I mean, boy. Ironically enough, man, the dude Taz did a video about Garvey, Marcus Garvey, and some other guy. Marcus Garvey was a bitch. He said it, Taz was saying it in the video. I don't give a fuck what you think, how you feel, or none of that shit. Because, see, that's the motherfucking problem. That's the reason why we're in the positions that we're in today. Yes, because of the people that were doing the oppressing, killing, selling, trading, all of that shit, right? They're beyond partial, you know what I'm saying, partially being blamed. Like, they're way past that. They're blamed like you did it. 100% of it was you. But then as years go by and we start getting the freedom that we wanted, what do motherfuckers do? You hear people say, okay, well, the government put drugs in the community. Why? Just like homie said, okay, if the government is doing that shit for real, why are you dumbass motherfuckers out there selling the shit that the government is trying to use to kill you? I don't understand where the logic comes from. And then, like I said, this dude wants to sit here talking about at the beginning of this particular video, well, we black people need to police their own communities. You are absolutely right. That's partially why gangs were formed in the States in the first place. Yeah. Should have been something that actually was done, before. Hence, example, Black Panthers. They actually try to compare the Black Panthers to the KKK. Man, sit your dumb ass down somewhere. You serious? See, here we go. White people, the nasty ass racist ones, they want to stand so tall. Got their chest out, feet planted. This is how they feel. It's the truth. You black people need to respect and understand where we come from. Why the fuck would I? Not why. How in the hell do not just black people, anyone, but black people, how do you expect a race of people that you treated like shit when you weren't covering your face? How do you expect black people to respect you? For the record, Emancipation Proclamation 63, it did not kill it off. It didn't end until 65. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what happened when 65 came? The KKK was already formed. These motherfuckers formed the KKK before slavery ended. So what does that tell you? We anticipating what's going to go down. If it doesn't, whatever. But if it does, we already got shit lined up for you. That's the reason why they hate black people so much. Of all races that they hate, we're number one. but the Black Panthers are just like them? Really? So it's cool for y'all to dress up in Casper the Friendly Ghost attire, right? Y'all motherfuckers were so big, bad, and bold that we can do what we want. But then when shit started to change, damn, we can't keep doing what we was doing. So we got to find an alternative. So now we have to hide our faces because we're too bitch made to show them. Okay, did Black Panthers wear masks? No. We want y'all to see who the fuck it is that's actually doing something. This is because of y'all. It's like, come on. This is y'all fault. Kill them off. Tulsa Massacre. Kill them off. Right? We're our own worst enemy, though, at the same time. Because we, like, not as the collective, because everybody don't feel the same. But, no, I can't say that. Just as a whole. Every Black person, if they wanted to, could hate the people that did what they did. And have no reason to feel bad about it. But we all don't. We know that, okay, the shit that they did, there's nothing legitimate about it. They would explain why they did it because they didn't like us anyway. We shouldn't as a people exist to the masters on them plantations and shit like that. We already weren't shit before that. You want to know how I know it? Because I just said it. Africans were already selling their own people before 1619. They were already selling Africans to people from other, you know what I'm saying, lands and shit. All right. Oh, I didn't even see the damn comment. My bad on that one. I don't think it's still in it. But no, I'm just saying, like, just like what Homeboy said, yeah. He agreed, okay, yeah, government did put drugs in the community. Did that mean that Black people have to sell it to other Black people? We're already fucked up. But then you want to go make it worse and then use your environment to excuse your actions. There are people who have had worse scenarios. No choices, no drugs, no jobs, no nothing, no rights. People have had it a whole hell of a lot worse than any motherfucker in the 80s that was selling drugs because, you know, of their environment. They're doing this, they're doing that. Well, if they're fucking doing it, then why the hell are you making it so easy for them to say, see, that's why we did it. That's why we did it. 2 reasons. Don't give a fuck and want to kill them off. We don't do the shit that they're about to start doing. You understand what I'm saying? So they already knew what it was. I just look at it like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's sad. It's sad. You know what I mean? Black people had to struggle their ass off just to be respected and left alone. After slavery ended, they still weren't respected and they still weren't left alone. 1965. That's 100 years. We get rights the year prior. Okay, well, fuck y'all took so long. All right, you know what? Don't worry about why it took so long. You did it. Okay, fine, cool. You think someone like myself would sit back and be like, nah, I gotta keep my eye on you. Because your kind is very, very, very aware of what needs to be done to people who are beneath them. So what we're going to do, we're already a step ahead. You guys want so much that, first of all, we're not going to give it to you because it's going to drive you crazy, right? So we're just going to keep doing that. Then you finally get it. But you know what? We're gonna make it even worse. We're gonna form a group that hates all of y'all and wants to see y'all, you know what I'm saying, die. Just die off like Jewish people. That's how they felt and still feel today. You know what I'm saying? It's like just to finish that part, like I said, 100 years, 65, right? 64, the year prior, we get rights. Now, from 1619 to 2019, that's 400 years. I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about 400 years of flat out hellacious racism. $400, and not the majority, but a lot of white people that are nasty as hell. They already stopped believing. No, never stopped believing that racism exists. You know what I'm saying? Like they would find ways to make it seem like it's okay. Like this dude named Tom Cotton, he was like slavery was a necessary evil. Yeah, to you bitches. That's why it was necessary for y'all, because you can get people, make them do what you want. They have no resources, no backup, no help at all. No weapons, no good clothes, no medicine, no nothing. Ain't eating well. Everything is just hell. You know that they're not gonna have the ability to do anything to the people who are fucking them up. They knew that. And that's why I said when the shit ended, they already had the KKK formed. You know what I'm saying? Like it was officially formed before it was over. So let me just end it on this part real quick. If everything I said is just true, and it is, right? 65, emancipation, 63. Didn't officially end until 65. Before it ended, the KKK was formed, and it was the majority of the goddamn country. It was the majority of the country. Straight up. This is the majority of who these people were when slavery still existed. Right? The group was formed. Oh, fuck. Like I just said. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit. We had it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, we need to anticipate what's about to happen. Right? We don't want these people to feel confident. We don't want them to feel comfortable. We don't want them to feel smart. Any of those things, right? But like I just said, when they were slave owners, masters and shit, their faces were shown because they knew good damn well nothing was, you know what I'm saying, what's going to come from it. But it ends. Now you guys don't have that leverage no more, right? So instead of just being big, bad, and bold like you were on the plantations, you had to bitch the fuck up and start wearing hoodies to continuously do the same shit that you were doing during slavery. Really? Okay. Like, man, come on. Oh, hold up. Nothing, chilling. Just about to get off it in a second. I had it on my mind to talk about. I might just end up doing another one on this topic, and you know, do a little more research on it to make it sound legit. I'll put it like that. It is legit anyway. But if you add facts that people aren't aware of, now it's going to be magnified. So whoever was saying something, if you started gaining people after, you know what I'm saying? Like how you feel about shit, but then you, like I said, just talking about shit and putting more facts that people were unaware of behind it, you're going to gain more people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Yeah, that's a good thing for us, bad thing for them. And again, for the record, all white people are not like the most fucked up people on the planet. They're not. We already know who that person was, and that was Hitler. I don't think nobody could top him but the devil himself. Period. So my thing is, again, here.
Right? Is okay. They put crack in.
Do the government try to destroy black communities? Yes or no?
They put drugs in the black community. Did black people have to sell it to other black people?
No.
Right? Is okay. They put crack in.
Do the government try to destroy black communities? Yes or no?
They put drugs in the black community.
Smart. Okay. Did the government put drugs in the black community? Well, no, destroy community. Oh, boy, it was like, yes, the government put drugs in the community. But did your stupid ass actually have to? You like, I mean, come on, man. It's like, how simple is this shit? There are a lot of people that feel that way. And then them dumbasses were actually helping the situation for them. They knew what was going to take place. We're going to have them in these areas where the environment is so fucked up. So fucked up. We're going to sit here and add some shit to it that's going to make it even worse. Just to be able to say, we told you so, without saying it. So we're going to act like we had nothing to do with it. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They did. You know what I'm saying? And that Garvey thing too. Listen, I commented on Ted's video. Listen, I don't need a whole bunch of reasons to not like this guy. I don't need none. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, I'll end it on this note. Again, those 3 letters were formed as soon as slavery ended. Basically, before it ended. They were already anticipating this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then slaves had to just keep being tortured the way that they were. I guarantee you it's a fact that they were envisioning good things happening, but knew for a fact that it would never happen to them. They did it. I know they did. You know, I don't know, it's weird. But for a fact, Native Americans had their land stolen. Jewish people, Holocaust. Black people, yeah, you're going to be used to do what we want done. And you know for a fact you ain't getting no money for it, no respect for it, no good clothes for it, food, medicine, a nice place to stay or whatever. No, you're going to do what we tell you to do, and then we're still going to treat you like shit on top of it. That's why being black in the United States of America has never been good. Nothing good came from it for them. They got out of that shit, and they still was able to show people we can do what we want to do. 65. What was it? 1920 something, right? So 65, 75, 85, 95, 1905, 15. Okay, so that's like almost a decade. No, almost what, like 60, 70 years? Right? Please understand what I'm about to say. The hatred that is racism from 1619 until it was ended. Too many years to count. Okay, like I said, they anticipated. Hell no. We are not giving you no leverage. We are not giving you any resources to make you feel an ant size worth of being respected. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to keep you as far away from equality as possible. Period. It's just like what I said before 1619. African people were already selling their own. And then to make matters worse, what I was reading, they said these man, you can't be serious. They said these motherfuckers had rights. Okay, peep this. I'm not listening. I ain't going back no motherfucking where because I did not come from Africa. I'm sorry. Maybe ancestry wise, yes. As a collective, how we ended up here, yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But individually, fuck you. I'm not from there. Listen to this. Africans, okay, black people, our own kind, were selling us before 1619. Right? That's what it was. And then the white people come in, still keep us enslaved, and then take away, supposedly, the one thing that we had in one country that we don't have now. First of all, it doesn't make sense to have a slave that has rights. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. The word slave is not, there's nothing in slave or enslaved that is good. Okay, how about the person that is, you know what I'm saying, they captured you, right? That person, everything is good about it. The slave, man, get the fuck out of here. Seriously. There's nothing positive about being a slave. Yet, Africans were selling slaves, and the slaves, before they were sold, had rights. Hold up. This part just hit me. Hold up. Okay, so hold on 1 second. What we have? Slaves. Okay, what was I gonna call it? Okay, you know, hold up. I'm gonna read this part first. Common sense, okay? Common sense is something that we as a people look, we desperately need something to rationalize the bullshit that people do. Right? They already feel it's right. We know good damn well it's not. We know that. They didn't give a fuck anyway. Okay, yeah, that's true, whatever. But you have to understand how white people were so disrespectful and scared of black folks because, look, you have white people, they'll say this shit. Well, my great, whatever it is, fought for this war. I don't give a fuck what he fought for. Are you serious? What? Anytime something comes up race related, I don't give a fuck about a goddamn civil war. Y'all motherfuckers should have been more civilized before that shit took place. Meaning, you already knew what you was doing. We didn't get rights for over 350 years. And they expect people to better themselves. Look, they expect people to better themselves the way that they were fucking with slaves. So it's like, no. We don't want you having anything. We don't want you to learn how to read. We don't want you to be helped. We don't want you to, you know what I'm saying, make your own choices, make your own money, do your own thing. They didn't want that. And then 65 comes, still terrorizing people. 20s, we want to show y'all Because what have I said to everyone else? Just leave us the fuck alone. We cool. The bullshit don't start until they start it. Lack of common sense. What is the definition of that, right? Okay. Common sense is sound, practical judgment concerning everyday matters. Practical. Everyday matters. Yeah, slavery. But whatever. Or a basic ability to perceive, understand, and judge in a manner that is shared by nearly all people. Nearly every white person in, you know what I'm saying, from that 16 shit up to the late 80s, they all felt the same way. If they didn't, why did it last so long? See, this is the thing that these motherfuckers say as far as okay, like I just said, they hate when we bring up the past. And how it has been detrimental to the transitioning process of it. And once we're done transitioning from one thing to the next, if it's good, they'll destroy it. They would destroy it. If they found out you was reading, learning how to read, they'd kill you. Ain't no motherfucker gonna take shit from me. Seriously. Period. Right now, 2022, I wish somebody would try. That's the whole thing. They didn't want none of that. They wanted us to stay below the dirt. Below it, like in the earth. We don't even want you standing on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how bad it was. But they knew what they were doing. So when we go from all of those years to 64, okay, late 80s, 20 years later, plus, black people start doing shit that really set us back even more and worse. You want to know how I know that? Again, hold up. Did I finish it? Okay, no, I didn't. Common sense. The everyday understanding of common sense derives from historical philosophical discussions involving several European languages. Well, Europeans bought slaves, did they not? If I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm saying, please somebody say it to me. But I don't think I'm wrong. Europeans bought slaves. Europeans bought slaves from the same fucking people, their own people that had slaves as well. Again, we were our own worst enemy, even in the 1600s. Right? Africa, fucking up black folks. Garvey, bitch, get your ass out of here. Are you serious? This the same bitch ass dude that, and I don't understand why people don't think. Common sense. Garvey came from somewhere else. He wasn't born in the United States. He came from somewhere else to try to be a fake ass leader of people who were suffering from the worst shit known to man, right? That's what he wanted to do. Let me tell you how much of a bitch he is, though. If you're doing something and you're not trying to fix the problem, you make it look like you are. You might do a couple things, but you ain't 100% with it. This is how I know that. Because the KKK thing, they were formed before slavery ended. And then your punk dumbass had the audacity to have a secret meeting with the group that was trying to kill off your quote unquote people because you want to be the leader. You go have a secret meeting with those people, and then you are part of a group that's fighting for the civil shit. The UNIA shit, he was a part of that. But then he has a secret meeting with the KKK. Why didn't he tell him? Because that's a bitch move. And it's like, look, bro, come on. He did an interview. And people still fuck with him. That's sad. But he did an interview talking about the KKK runs the country. They're the government. Really? You know what? All right. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. I know it's here somewhere. Let me see. History. Let's see. Shorts. No, that's Nipsey. All right, let me see if I can find it. Come on. Where you at? Damn, it gotta be somewhere. 1 second. It gotta be somewhere around here. Shorts. I just saw it. Man, where is it? Okay, I'm trying to find it, but I don't think I will for some reason. Oh no, here we go. Yo, man, this. But how are you that stupid? How? You support a motherfucker that was basically putting black people on a bad note. Like, he started that. If he did the interview before the meeting, that's fucked up. If he had the meeting first and then did the interview after, it's still fucked up. It doesn't change. How much of a dumbass do you have to be to not understand that? But here, hold up. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Get the link. All right. Pause that. Short. Copy. I hope the sound is okay because it sounds funny. Shit's so slow.
Isn't America a white man's country? Yes, it is a white.
I see why Taz hates this motherfucker. Seriously. I see why he despises this man. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? But here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and here we go.
Isn't America a white man's country?
Okay.
Yes, it is a white man's country because he conquered the Indian, exterminated him, and took possession of his property. I say the KKK is the invisible government of the United States. What do you mean? And the Klan represents the spiritual feeling and even the physical attitude of every white man in this land. Do you realize that such statements to get lynched? We have 5 million substantial.
Okay, I'm playing that motherfucker from the beginning. What did I just say? If he did this before the meeting, you'll hear what he's about to say, and it's fucked up. If he had the meeting first and then did the interview after, you still gonna sound fucked up. All right, but hold up.
Between Africa and the West Indies.
All right, let me run it back. Hold up. All right, copy. Here we go. Okay, it's up. Never mind. All right, so hold up. Okay, so let's see here. Go back and play or refresh it. All right, here we go.
Isn't America a white man's country?
Yes, it is a white man's country because he conquered the Indian, exterminated him, and took possession of his property.
What did he just say? It's white man's country, right? Just violate motherfuckers left and right. Okay.
I'd say the KKK is the invisible government of the United States.
No, I just wanted to play.
Isn't America a white man's country?
Yes, it is a white man's country because he conquered the Indian, exterminated him, and took possession of his property. I'd say the KKK is the invisible government of the United States.
You heard what the fuck he just said. Okay? You heard what he just said. The invisible government of the United States. But then your bitch ass goes have a secret meeting with him while you're a member of an all-black group fighting for the civil rights shit that we weren't awarded. Right? What did I just say about where the fuck he came from? This is weird to me. We come from Africa, right? Just bear with me. We come from Africa. That's what a lot of people say. Pro-African shit, Pan-African bullshit, whatever. We come from there. Our own people. Our own people disliked us that much to where we were enslaved. Again, I said it. We're our own worst enemy. Okay? But do you realize that anything that involves us, I can give you 2 examples. I just gave you one. Our own people was doing it back then, right? Okay, so Garvey, he didn't come from the United States. Africans did not come from the United States. They were already fucking their own people over. Garvey was not born here, comes to the United States and wants to be this though.
What do you mean?
And the clan represents the spiritual feeling and even the physical attitude of every white man in this land.
Do you realize that such statements could get you lynched?
Even the white guy said it. Don't you have, any fear of being lynched? If he feels that way, and the KKK hates black people, all of them, how the fuck do you have a secret meeting with them and don't die your damn self? You don't die. Right? We came from Africa. Life's been hell. He came from wherever the fuck he came from and tried to raise hell by being fucked up. It's like a smoke screen or some shit. It's like, no. I'm gonna come over here and lead these people who have no rights whatsoever. And I'm gonna sound smart, and I'm sound educated, resourceful, knowledgeable, whatever the case may be. I have more respect and you know what? No, I'll put it like this. He didn't like black people either. He didn't. The motherfucker just said it in the video. The white dude said, well, fearful of being lynched. Nah, why would I feel like that? Why would I feel like that? Now listen to the rest of it.
We have 5 million substantial oak trees between Africa and the West Indies. We are ready for a lynching party tonight if they wanted to.
Who did the lynching? Who did the lynching? You ready for it? Motherfucker, you ain't even from here. You're ready for something that you never went through. Fuck where you came from. He did not have to deal with it in the US of the A. He didn't. You say, he just said this shit. I'm for the people. KKK, man, y'all fucked up. Y'all running this, that, and the third. We know how evil you are. Yet, your dumbass did an interview saying, okay, basically, yeah, I'm just, doubling down or whatever, right? Like, you see how bad they are. See how fucked up they are. You're trying to be a leader of people who the KKK have been killing off for years. We're ready for a lynching party tonight. We're ready for a lynching, war or whatever. And it's like, wait a minute. So the African leaders in the 1600s and shit already felt that we don't give two fucks about who you are, regardless if you're the same skin color or not. Has anybody heard anything like that recently? Last few weeks, months, years? We don't all share the same, ideas. We don't all feel the same way. Black people, there are certain ones in power, right, that have more than me and anyone watching or on YouTube, social media, period. Period. We, yeah, but I mean, hopefully it made sense. There are black people now. We're brainwashed. We're woke now. See, that's that dick riding that's causing you to say that. Were you saying that shit 5-10 years ago? No. Why are you saying it now when black people are really getting serious about the shit that's being done to them in the United States? Why are you so against it? You are against it because you'd have been that bitch back then that was working for them. Period. We didn't have shit then, and they fucked us over. They did. Our own people did it. White people did it. You know what I'm saying? And then they still expected us to do shit that, listen, you don't want us to be on your level, but you still wanted us to fight for a country we don't have rights for. Anyone know about the military shit? Told my brother this the other day. They'll make you go to war. They'll make you go to war. You have no rights whatsoever. They expect you to do that, die over there, and if you don't die, when you come back, we're still gonna shit on you. Man.
Recently, there have been several rapings of black women by whites. Was that discussed?
Yes, it was. He claims that they are as much against that as any self-respecting Negro should be. But I know better.
Can anybody rationalize anything that KKK people do? Can any of them? And then if they could, would you listen to it? Would you respect anything that's coming out their mouth when they're the cause of the bullshit that you have to deal with? Seriously. They were formed to kill black people. How in the hell can you sit back if you're the leader, say what you just said, and be like, okay, we're ready for a lynching war, but yeah, they are the silent government, the silent government of the United States. Listen, there were KKK members that were cops, lawyers, judges, business owners, doctors. There were KKK members that were part of all of that. That's a fact. Solid. Okay? They're responsible for any negative shit that's going on in this country involving black people. But you side with them in some weird way. You think that, okay, see, listen, I done already read on this shit. He wants to form a group of people that are just as bad as them, but don't kill people. You do realize that you're not going to get that request. If you're requesting it, you ain't gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. We listen, white folks, we don't give a fuck about what you think anyway. Why the fuck would we give you something that we can easily take away and destroy it? Black Panthers, the one group in the history of this country that could really battle against people that were fucking with them, Judas and the Messiah. Really? What did I say before? Just leave us the fuck alone. They won't do it. They won't. Anything that we do that can match them, back then, they wanted to kill it off. No, you can't be smarter than us. No, you can't protect yourself. No, you can't have rights because you are not worthy of it. And if they see you doing something that pisses them off to where it's like, oh shit, man, like they're really, you know what I'm saying? They caught on to do it, right? Just leave us alone. Do you think black people were willing to fight them back then? We didn't even have the amount to battle, period. It's like with this Ukraine and Russia shit. If Russia was as bad, I mean, I'm talking about like on some Hitler shit, they're gone. They can't battle Russia like that one-on-one. They don't have the firepower for that. They just don't.
In my opinion, they are structured for the purpose of offending, suppressing, and killing Negroes.
Again, I know why Taz hates this dude. I really do. Yo, you can't, like, listen. It's no point even me trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just again, rationalize and make sense of the bullshit these people did. Can't do it. You could, I can try and make sense. I should know. I don't need to try. I can make sense. I've been doing it the whole time I'm on here. Ain't nothing I said that's a lie. You might not like the truth. I don't give a fuck about whether you like it or not, because what did they say? The truth hurts. It does. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not lying about nothing. I don't give a fuck whether someone like it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's not your place to like what it is that I'm saying, especially if I'm correct. You just heard. This dude is so fucking delusional. He narcissistic. Seriously, I can't even fathom the thought of a man saying everything he just said in that interview. You're the silent government. The KKK is the silent government. The KKK was formed to kill us off. You come from another country, call yourself a leader, right? You see what the KKK is doing. He just said it. Oppressing, you know, doing all the negative shit that we have not liked for centuries. But then you go have a meeting. This interview was about the meeting. Oh, so why the hell did you not tell your people that shit before it went down? Why? The same reason in 2022. Let's see who Who could come out? Denzel Washington. That's like us hearing, because we all know how big he is. Like, there aren't that many people that don't like him. You know what I'm saying? But shocking, breaking news. Denzel Washington is no, y'all remember that shit from the Dave Chappelle show? The black dude that was, amongst all the white folks that hated black people. And he just basically was like, no, I'm not black. Motherfuckers looking at him like, bro, yes, you are. No, I'm not that. Saying all this, that, and the third, that's dick ride. That's what that is. You ain't man enough to stand up on your own and be honest about your actions. Garvey was not honest. He was not. I don't give a fuck what he was doing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So how in the hell do we as a people, and I it's sad, okay? We ain't had no goddamn computers and shit like that back then. Books written on other countries that we could learn from. Really? And if we did, black folks weren't allowed to read the shit. So they don't know nothing about Garvey. That motherfucker can lie his ass off. He's not from the United States. He's not from the same area that people are being murdered on by the group that you just said is the invisible government. Basically, no, they're fucked up. You admit come on, man. Like, anyway, just finish it up.
I would advise every Negro and those who aspire to leadership to form an organization similar to that of the Ku Klux Klan.
The fuck did I just say a few minutes ago? What did I just say? He said build a group, form a group that can basically battle them. What happened to the Black Panthers then? They saw Malcolm X had power. Killed him too. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. killed him too. Anyone that wanted something positive to come from the bullshit that we had already dealt with in the past, they killed it off. But here's our leader at that time telling us to form a fucking group that you weren't man enough to tell your coworkers about. Have a meeting. You had a meeting. He said it. They don't like us. Nothing. Period. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then you say all this negative shit about, we ramped up and we ready to go to war. No, the fuck we were not. Are you serious? No, we were not. How they say you can't bring a knife to a gunfight? Well, how many guns did black people own in the 20s? Like, seriously. Don't you think that we'd already checked their asses if we had the resources to do it? No, it'd have been done already, but it wasn't. So here comes this fake ass leader amping shit up, making it seem like, we gonna go to war and Marcus Garvey is gonna lead us to the promised land. No, that motherfucker was gonna lead you to a black hole. He's the version of them dick riding Republicans these days, the black ones. That's who Garvey was. Flat out lying about shit. Candace Owens, she knows she ain't for no goddamn black people. You convinced yourself and your dumbass fans that shit, but no, you're not for black people because you consistently talk about them. Jesse Lee Peterson, the real life Uncle Ruckus, you lost your fucking mind. This motherfucker want White History Month. I already did the video on that shit. Ben Carson. Slavery. I'm not like paraphrasing here, not verbatim, because I can't remember all the words. He felt that structure helped build the mentality of, okay, this is how we've been done, so now we're gonna go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Like handle business. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, again, you'd have been that black dude in Mass's house. Or you'd have been on the field too, because we already know it was the light-skinned ones that were in the crib. No, you're not allowed to be smart, but you're sitting here. We weren't allowed to know anything about structure. Period. Did they teach black people shit about structure? No. So how does your fucking dumb ass come out and say some shit that it was not possible? Period. Just because something is written in a fucking book, that don't mean it's real. Documentation, proof, Declaration of Independence. They didn't put slaves in that motherfucker. Why? Because masters came to, you know what I'm saying? Who wrote it? Who wrote it again? Let's see, hold up. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Let's see where we at. Okay, Thomas Jefferson. Okay. I can't remember the name, right? He was going to put slaves in it. It didn't take place. And you know what? Honestly, I don't know why. I'm feeling like I'm not. Let me see. Hold up. Because I know. Let me see. No, hold on. Well, I know. Hold up. Wait. I know. It should be saved still. See if I can find it. It might not be. Damn. All right. I don't think I have it. So I'm just going to have to look it up. Because I know I had it saved. Let me see. Hold on. Let me try this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. This shit's so slow. Okay. Let's see. Come on down. No. Man, come on. What's wrong with this thing? Really? Hold up. This is crazy. Anyway, hold up. Okay, so I can't even scroll down on the damn thing. I found out. I just have to put it in. Let's see. No. I can't stand this shit. God damn. Okay, I fucked up. Hold up. Okay, copying. Okay. Here we go. All right, hold up. Gotta wait for it to load up real quick. Let's see if I can read it over here. Okay, so hold on. Let me see something. Okay, no, it's not that. Let's see where you at. Right. Okay, here we go. Declaration of Independence. Right. Thomas Jefferson, owner himself, slave owner himself. Okay. Let me just do it from the beginning. All right. Declaration of Independence was embraced in its first lines that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, did not extend that right to slaves. They didn't. It didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no. How the fuck can nothing be respected? You're nothing. We're not going to put you in that category. Why the fuck would we do that? So, okay. Final version scraping a reference to the denunciation of slavery. Okay. Thomas Jefferson, a slave owner himself, penned those lines rejecting slavery. He removed the reference after receiving criticism from a number of delegates who enslaved black people. How in the fuck can anyone keep saying you know what I mean? Like, I think it's I just think it's a generational thing. Seriously. And I said it before earlier. The transitioning of the older generation to the newer one, shit stayed the same sometimes. Nothing changed at certain points. But then when shit officially went left for them, it's like, no. We need to get you right back on that straight and narrow path. We don't want you to veer off and go do your own shit. You need to stay in this lane right here. And if that doesn't take place, we're going to make sure that you don't embody anything that involves like good character and the ability to be able to do things that they're doing. No. We don't want you to have that because you're not shit anyway. So how could you? How does that work? Trump said it in an interview. I've done more for black people either over every other president, or I've done more for black people since Lincoln and Johnson. Right? He said that. The interviewer was like, okay, so what about the Civil Rights Act? Trump's response was, yeah. And how's that worked out for him? So they tell us to not worry about the past, and they're not, involved in that. But then you got, again, the nerve, the audacity to respond to something that they didn't give a fuck about then. Yeah, how's that worked out for him? The way he said it, yeah, see, we never wanted to give him shit anyway. This is why. So that whole government thing and putting drugs in the community and this, that, and the third, they already have a history of being some fucked up ass people. But then still, later on down the line, tell other people you're not allowed to put the past in a better perspective. It can be viewed differently. Hell, realistically. They lied about the Native American shit. Like, how do you discover something that was already discovered? How? Because they're good at stealing shit and calling it their own. And I'm not, again, I have to say this. It's not all white people that I like that, but it's a bunch of them. Did you know that there was 1 million members of the KKK at one point? Straight up. between like a certain, you know what I'm saying, timeline this year from that year. They had almost 1 million, I think, maybe more. So what does that tell you? They couldn't stand us then. And they put all them motherfuckers in the group to show everybody, this is wherever you go, you're going to run into somebody. Like I said, members were cops, doctors, lawyers, judges, all that shit. He said it, the invisible government, right? The KKK is the invisible government, but in the same interview, he says they're responsible for the oppression and all the other shit that's been done to black people. So why the fuck are you having a meeting then? You just said they're the invisible government in a negative way, meaning, like, hello, this is what they do. That's basically how he said it. Nah, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. What the old boy say? The interviewer. Well, don't you think you'll be lynched for that? And then you turn around talking about, yeah, I got all these black people that'll fight. Okay, before you showed up, were we about to do the same thing you wanted us to do? No, the fuck we were not. So how are you speaking on behalf of everybody else? He respects the way that the KKK was doing things. But how is that possible when the majority, almost all of black people, but all of them at that time respected shit about what they were doing, period. We didn't have the guns, the military. We didn't have no gangs like that. We didn't have no bombs. We didn't have none of that shit to fight them. We would have lost before he showed up. If that's how it went down, the Tulsa massacre thing, that shit don't even exist no more because of how they destroyed it. But you're going to sit here and say they the invisible government, say it in a tone where it's like, yeah, they some racist bastards, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. You say that, okay, well, they're responsible for the oppression. Everything negative that keeps black people down, right? He says all this shit, but then he comes right back and says, yeah, we ready to fight them. Really? Who said that? The motherfucker that was not for black people any goddamn way. He was not. You supposed to be smart. This is what make black people look bad. Because it's always somebody that want to lead someone that don't know shit about being a leader. And they end up getting people fucked up. Because you thought you were smarter than everybody else. You figured, hey, look at what I'm doing. You know, I stay having people gravitate towards me. Yeah, like them lame ass Umar Johnson supporters. You mean them? Hypocritical motherfuckers. Period. Umar, all white people are racist. Garvey, basically the same thing, but your reasoning and how you did it was so fucked up. It don't make no sense. That's why Umar loved Garvey, because Garvey was a bitch. So what makes the person like what makes that person that wants to follow their shit? You a bitch too. Sorry. You are what you eat and all that shit, right? That man knew we'd have been slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? Like before he came into the picture. He knows that. He knew that. He knew that. He knew it. And you still went and talked to him anyway. As if something good was going to come from it that benefits you. Yes, you and only you. That's the reason why he did it. If you tell people why you're doing something, they're going to question, first off, why are you doing it to begin with? What do you expect good to come from it? See, he can't explain any of that shit because he wasn't for them. That's the whole secrecy part. If you keep it a secret, you don't have to explain shit because nobody knows. And then you just keep on doing that fake ass leadership to get people fucked up. Case in point, again, I said it. Make black people go to war. You don't have no rights, but you're still telling us to do it. So we do it. We don't have no issues. We got enough issues here. You don't give us a fucking chance to do our own thing anyway, but you expect us to go to war, right? Die over there fighting for the country, but we didn't have the motherfucking rights that the white people had that were in the military. You want us to fight your war and not appreciate the fact that, yeah, you made us do it, but it's like, and people feel this way. If I do something good, extraordinary, maybe they'll leave me alone, right? Like I can try and show them, see how hard I'm fighting and doing this and doing that, and maybe some of those soldiers were thinking that way. They may have. The motherfuckers that was making you do it, good damn well they weren't. They weren't. That's another form of killing off people you don't like. Go over there and do that. We ain't got to be responsible for you. We got other things to worry about. You ain't one of them. So, yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely know I could make this one longer. But I just hadn't been in the mood to talk about it. So, hey, I was up. Let me go ahead and just knock this out now. Been wanting to talk about it, but yeah, never got to it. So that's what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just kill it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done spoke my piece, at least for now anyway. So I'll call it a morning, I guess, for now. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do something later. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, appreciate whoever's been into it, listening. Hopefully people that listen to it afterwards can actually get a better understanding of how people are treated, you know what I'm saying, based off their actions. Not what they want, but how they went about doing the shit that they did. You know what I mean? It's like, like I said, some people will be like, if I fight hard enough and I can show them that I can do what they do, they'll respect me a little bit more. No. It's nice to think that way, but that doesn't happen. And it especially doesn't happen when people that don't exist. They shouldn't exist. That's the reason why they'll make people do shit like that. Did they make people fight in the Civil War? No, they did not. Why the fuck you making black people fighting in another country that we have no business messing with anyway? We got our own issues to deal with. But you want us to be a part of a country that is willing to go kill off a whole bunch of people. And then if we don't do it, it doesn't really matter. Either way it goes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. We're going to lose that battle. We're going to lose it because we're not respected and we didn't have the rights and we didn't have the, whatever to actually do what we wanted to do, to fight back against the people who were trying to keep us down in the first place. This is nothing more than a common sense history lesson. Just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I noticed. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking, but I might have to do something else because the common sense aspect of it, I can really talk longer than this, just from that standpoint alone. So I might end up doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be nice to do it today, but I don't know. I ain't gonna call it like that. So with that being said, though, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce off this joint. As I stated previously, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying from a common sense perspective. And then on top of that, it's true anyway. I'm not giving y'all opinions. These are facts. Period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have to have some historical references, you know what I'm saying, to back up how they feel about something. A lot of people don't need that. All they need is the common sense and the ability to, you know what I'm saying, view certain things from a respectful level, that everyone is going to be treated equally. Again, they don't feel that way. We might, but they don't. Common sense would tell you, just leave us alone and we cool. Well, they're just bullying people. It's no different than a kid being bullied at school or some shit. It's the same thing. You have the right to leave them alone, but you won't do it because you know you can get away with it. And I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bounced. Appreciate everybody hanging. Whoever's in it now, watches it later. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. And I'll holler at y'all later.